In 2018, Nazmul was working at a private company in Kishorganj. At home were his father Abdul Karim, his mother Roshan Ara, his younger sister Sumaya, and his elder cousin Rakib. Their family was not financially well off, but they were peaceful. They had no open enemies. However, there had been an old dispute over land with the neighboring family. Although the matter seemed small from the outside, resentment had been building quietly for a long time. The beginning of the incident was very subtle. One morning, while sweeping the yard, the mother noticed white powder scattered in a circle under the mango tree in the southern corner. Inside it were 3 red chilies, a broken egg, and black thread twisted in the center. At first, she thought someone had played a bad joke. The items were removed, but the next day, another bundle was found in the same place, tied with red cloth. When opened, it contained dried bird feathers, some hair, and dark soil with a strong, foul smell. From that day, the atmosphere of the house began to change. Sumaya, who was then preparing for her HSC exams, suddenly started behaving unusually. She could not sleep at night. She would sit up in the middle of the night. She would say, "Someone blows near my ear." Sometimes she would say, "Someone calls my name, but when I turn around, no one is there." At first, everyone thought it was mental stress, exam pressure. But gradually, the matter took another turn. Sumaya often pressed her chest and said something heavy was sitting inside. She was taken to a doctor. ECG, blood tests. Everything was normal. No problem was detected. But dark circles began to appear under her eyes, and her face grew pale. One afternoon, she suddenly fainted in the kitchen. Her body became stiff, her eyes fixed. No foam came from her mouth, but her lips trembled. A harsh sound came out of her throat, something no one in the family had ever heard before. It did not sound like her own voice. After this condition, an elderly man from the village, known for some knowledge of spiritual healing, came to the house. He looked around silently. Then he took Nazmul's father aside and said, "Search the 4 corners of the house. Something has been buried under the ground." That night, with torches in hand, 4 of them dug in the northern corner of the yard. About 1.5 feet below, they found a small brass pot. Its mouth was tightly tied with red cloth. There were strange markings drawn on the cloth with black ink. Everyone's hands were shaking. Still, they opened it. A rotten smell came out from inside. There were pieces of dried cow bones, the dried severed head of a chicken, black hair, reddish clotted substance, and strange sticky soil. Inside the pot was a piece of paper with Sumaya's full name written on it and stuffed inside. The mother screamed and burst into tears. Seeing the pot, the elderly man said, "This is sealed black magic. It is meant to slowly destroy someone's body or life force. The name, hair, and specific items have been buried together. As long as this remains underground, the effect will continue." Nazmul asked, "Is that certain?" He replied, "I cannot say for certain, but the symptoms match." According to specific rules, the man advised that the pot should not be opened or broken, but burned in fire after reciting certain prayers. But the mistake happened right there. Rakib, the cousin, did not believe in the matter. One afternoon, without telling anyone, he broke the pot and threw the contents into the pond. He thought, "All this is nonsense, it's over." That very night, the situation took a turn. Sumaya suddenly started screaming intensely. She said, "They have come. They are angry." Her body began to shake. Her eyes turned reddish. She started pulling her own hair. A bruise appeared in the middle of her chest, as if pressure was coming from inside. That same night, Rakib also fell strangely ill. His body became numb, his face twisted, his speech became slurred. The doctor said, "It could be a minor stroke," but the reports did not clearly show anything significant. The situation became so terrifying that the family was forced to go to a known Ruqya reciter in a nearby sub-district. He came to the house and recited the Quran for several hours, gave water over which specific verses were recited, and sprinkled salt in the four corners of the house. He said, "The person who did this did not perform it completely according to the rules, and by breaking the pot, you disrupted the flow of the work. Now the effect is striking back and forth." For several weeks, treatment, prayers, and mental support continued together. Gradually, Sumayya's condition improved. Her chest pain lessened. Sleep returned. Rakib also recovered somewhat, although sometimes his fingers still feel numb. Later, it was heard secretly that a relative from the neighboring house involved in the land dispute had supposedly brought a tantric practitioner from outside to perform the act. The intention was to frighten them, to break them mentally. But because the pot had been removed improperly, the effect could neither become permanent nor completely disappear. Some of the impact had spread to both sides. At the end of his letter, Nazmul wrote, "I do not deny science, but the events of 2018 taught our family that the darkness someone chooses to harm others eventually turns back toward themselves. Whether black magic exists or not, when human jealousy, revenge, and greed mix with it, the impact becomes terrifyingly real in life." Today, their family lives a normal life. But in the northern corner of the yard, where the pot was found, no one goes after evening even now. Nazmul says, "Perhaps the fear is in the mind, but the memories of those nights in 2018 are more real than reality for us." Do you believe in black magic? Let us know in the comments. How did you feel about this incident? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Thank you all.